Sunday morning. What is going on around the world, especially Iran? What's going on in Ukraine? Who better to give us an update on it? And we have General Blaine Holt with us. Well, General, Sunday morning, we're drinking our coffee. The American people are saying, what the heck is going on? Can you fill us in?
Yep. Good morning. What I'll tell you is we're getting very, very close to the end of this Iranian saga. The president is working a deal. It's just extremely complex for the ones that he's working with. We think that the leaders now that are emerging of Iran are Gandalf, the Speaker of the Parliament, and Araghchi, the Foreign Minister. The trouble is as they negotiate, they have to be very careful about what they say publicly. And a lot of times they say anti-U.S. things publicly, even after the president says we're getting close, because they have the other threat of the IRGC viewing them as potential traitors to Iran and then killing them. On the other side, you've got a potential revolution that's brewing in Iran, and these two leaders are going to have to make their peace with them. So what I see, John, is a Venezuela-style outcome where, like Delcy Rodriguez finally decided she was in love with the United States and President Trump. I think you're going to see these two do the same thing, but it's going to be the orchestration of that. I think we're going to see that this week.
So, I mean, I joke around on the radio all week long that it's like the Planet of the Apes, and it's in Iran, it's the chimpanzees and gorillas. Who are we negotiating with? Any idea?
Yeah, I think it's probably a member or two of the Iranian resistance that the foreign minister and speaker of parliament have kind of grouped themselves with. And the reason I know this is because as much venom as the foreign minister and the speaker of parliament have spewed at us, this last week they went to Doha and Qatar to do these talks, came out in the open. They were glad-handing each other, big smiles and laughing and slapping backs. We're very close to the end. I believe it's just an orchestration of how do we deal with what's left of the IRGC, who is broke but still is sitting on top of some weaponry.
Understood. And any updates? What happened with the meeting between Putin and Xi? Do they want peace, or do they want to stir the pot? What's going to happen with Ukraine? Your gut feeling.
Yeah, so it was a very important meeting between Putin and Xi because it happened hours after President Trump had been there. I believe that America, Russia, and China are coordinating on the Middle East, but they're also coordinating on the end of the war in Ukraine. You have it's the problem in both cases, John, is Europe and its leadership, which is doubling down on stupid. They won't help with NATO in the Middle East, and they want to continue this forever war in Ukraine, and Russia wants an end to it yesterday, and now you're seeing them pick up the pace. They're starting to, unfortunately, attack Kiev as a way to maybe bring this thing to an end. But the problem in both cases is clearly Europe. It's not Russia or China.
And you were involved with NATO at one point in your career, and you were involved with CENTCOM. I mean, I am very disappointed in NATO and the way they're acting. After all, we've saved their tail for many times before. Are you disappointed?
I'm very disappointed, but it is a global institution that's now showing its true colors. That its allegiances really are with the globalist financialist base out of the City of London banking consortium. And how do I know that? I know that because Lloyd's of London is the reason that you don't have 2,000 ships leaving the Straits of Hormuz. They have basically threatened companies that if you play ball with President Trump, take a U.S. cruiser as an escort, or if you take him up on United States insurance, then we won't insure you anywhere in the world. And so Scott Bessent is truly a general in this very global war with these financialists. He's shutting down their sources of money laundering. He's shutting down these nefarious flows. they don't like it. And it's everything from the Venezuela cartels all the way through the energy stockage control in the Straits of Malacca. This is where the action is. This is what's going on. And this is why you see behavior out of Europe like, you can't use our bases. We don't support you. We have to rethink this relationship. So what does that do? That puts President Trump in this amazing position that if you want to keep NATO alive and well, here's a new price, and these are the things that the United States wants. And I think there is a deal in the early fall that NATO is going to have to strike to save itself.
Wow. And European community. I mean, open borders. I mean, is that feasible anymore? Don't the French and Germans realize what happened to them?
I think that's going away. I think ultimately what you're going to see, and you can look at the bond markets, they tell you everything in advance. the EU and Ursula von der Leyen, unelected bodies, they're about to take the big fall because they have essentially cashiered the pensions, the savings, the industrial base of Europe to have this war that President Trump is denying them. They want to go to war with the Russians. They must have forgotten that they're the number one nuclear power on the planet with Oreshkin hypersonic missiles. But they're doubling down on stupid, and I think what it's going to cost them is the Schengen zone and the EU as a body itself. I think that does go away.
Well, General Blaine Holt, thank you for the update on a Sunday morning, and let's go to church and pray this morning.
Absolutely. Fascinating times, and praying is a very good idea.
I agree with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.